God bless everyone, and welcome to my Pagan Astrology series. Today we will be looking at the planet Mercury. We will not only be doing that of the scientific aspect of Mercury, but the pagan aspect as well. But first, let's take a trip to Mercury. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that short trip that we took to Mercury. Now let's see what Mercury sounds like from space. The sign of Mercury to me heavily sounds like one of those gyrocalorimeters that detects radiation, which doesn't surprise me at all since Mercury, as we will learn later on, has a very high level of radiation. There has only been 2 successful satellites that have reached Mercury. The big problem that NASA has is because Mercury is so close to the Sun. The name of the 2 satellites that have successfully reached Mercury are Mariner 10, which was launched on November 3rd of 1973 and successfully reached Mercury on March 29th of 1974. It did 3 flybys, that being of, again, March 29th of 1974, September 21st of 1974, and that of March 16th of 1975. And the second and also last satellite to reach Mercury was that of satellite Messenger, which was launched on August 3rd, 2004, and successfully reached Mercury on March 18th of 2011. Now let's take a dive into the scientific aspect of that of the planet Mercury. Mercury is 36 million miles from the Sun, or that of 57,936,384 kilometers. The time it takes the Sun to reach Mercury is roughly that of 3 minutes. The temperature on Mercury, depending on what side you are on the night side the temperatures get as low as negative 290 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 180 degrees Celsius. On the day side, the temperatures reach as high as 800 degrees Fahrenheit or 430 degrees Celsius. How long could you survive on the planet Mercury? Well, basically, you could only survive approximately that of 1.5 minutes. The radius of Mercury is approximately 1,516 miles, or that of 2,440 kilometers. 1 day on Mercury is equal to that of 59 Earth days. 1 year on Mercury is equal to that of 88 days on Earth. Mercury has a very thin atmosphere, but the atmosphere it does have is made up of 42% oxygen, 29% sodium, 22% hydrogen, 6% helium, and 0.5% potassium. Mercury was discovered by Galileo in the year of 1631. Mercury was named after the Roman god Mercury, who was known to be that of the god of trade and speed. Mercury has no moons, just like the planet Venus. Mercury and Venus are the only 2 planets in our solar system which have no moons. Now, since we have finished up the scientific aspect of the planet Mercury, now let's move into the pagan aspect. Mercury's sacred day and best day to work with Mercury would be that of a Wednesday. The zodiac related to the planet Mercury is that of Gemini. So if you were born between May 21st and June 20th, you are a Gemini. The element associated with that of planet Mercury is that of the element of air. Now, the best way to represent that of the element of air is if you use candle magic is to burn a yellow candle. You can also use a white candle, but yellow I find works the best. And if you do not have a yellow candle, another way, which I find is probably the best way to work with Mercury, is to lay down that of a feather. The symbol of Mercury looks similar to that of the female symbol, or that of the symbol of Venus, but instead it has a half a circle attached on top of it. I find it important when working with Mercury, make sure to have his symbol either on your person or somewhere around you. The Sabbath link to Mercury is that of Beltane, which is celebrated on May 1st. That represents the union between the god and goddess. The festival of Mercury is this one, because I am not going to butcher that name, and is always celebrated on May 15th. Animals linked to the planet Mercury, such as the rooster symbolizes that of hope and faith. The goat symbolizes that of sure-footedness, desire, creative energy, tranquility, expression, and faith. And the goat has a bad rap as being a representation of Satan, which is not true for people that are uneducated. And the goat is a beautiful animal. Yes, it can be a little stubborn, but my one cousin used to have a goat, and it was a beautiful animal, and he really loved attention. The turtle can help you with trusting your path, strength and endurance, commitment, and is very helpful when it comes to ancient wisdom. The sacred gemstone linked to that of planet Mercury is the emerald. The color linked to Mercury is that of the color gray, and gray represents that of insight and compassion. I never really worked with God Mercury, but from what I have read and heard, he is a very high-paced god to work with. Makes sense since he is a god of speed, to name a few. If you want to learn more about God Mercury, please check out my Roman Pantheon series. In closing, I hope that you have enjoyed this video and that I have given you not only enough information on the scientific aspect of Mercury, but that of the pagan aspect as well. This, however, is the last planet in the Pagan Astrology series. And remember, no one person knows it all. Goddess bless.